Hey guys, it's Hunter. Welcome back to another video. This is the Howl Sirena 3. Now, if you've been watching my channel, you know I'm all about everything single cut. And at first, this may look similar to a lot of other guitars I've had on here, but as we all know, looks can be deceiving. I'll say it now, this is one of the most interesting single cuts I've had on the channel in a while. It is simultaneously one of the most traditionally inspired and forward-thinking single cuts I've come across. Let's take a closer look. Now, just a quick note, a quick update. I'm filming this after I film the rest of the review. I know a lot of you have been asking about this one since the unboxing back in May. The Sirena 3 is a very nice looking guitar from promising new brands. And it's taken a while, not only because, well, I mean, that's how things work on this channel. I like to really spend time and get a feel for the guitar, create a well thought out review. But also, since I received this guitar, there have been some unfortunate, unplanned behind-the-scenes developments. You might have noticed that all the posts have been deleted from Howl's Instagram, and the website is now just a single landing page. And given all that, I asked Howl whether they even still wanted to do this video, since after all, they were sponsoring it. And Brian, the owner, said yes. He's trying to build the Howl brand into something exciting. He's got new models launching soon, and he wanted to share this guitar he's so proud of to the community. So even though you can't get the Sirena 3 from them directly right now, if you're interested in what you see here, follow them on Instagram or on Facebook. There's new stuff already in the pipeline, and this Sirena 3 serves as a taste as to what the company is all about. Links to all their social media in the description if you want to keep up to date with all the new information. So yeah, that update done. Drop a like if you're enjoying the video, and now I'll let Past Hunter take it away. Okay, so there's something about the single cut shape that really appeals to me.
You're joking. Not another one? Oh, for God's sake, I can't honestly.
They just make me happy in a way that other guitars just don't. I love how classy they are and how there's so many tweaks and variations on the theme, each with their own unique flavor. So enter this Howl Sirena 3. Howl is a new company. Judging by the serial number, this is one of the earliest guitars they've produced, and if it's anything to go off of, I like the direction they're going in. The first thing that I noticed about this guitar is that they've managed to make the shape distinctly different from a Les Paul without making it look weird, like with a nub for a lower horn or whatever. The second thing I noticed is how smooth and nice the matte finish is. As much as I love satin finishes in general for guitars, especially since I've got sadly quite oily fingers, I leave a lot of fingerprints on things. But even after spending a decent amount of time with this for the review, the finish is still fingerprint free. I don't know how they've done that, but I like it. It's incredible. Then the third thing that I noticed when I actually picked it up to play it is how not stupidly heavy it is, despite the body being a good 2 inches thick. And that's because despite the traditionally inspired looks, it doesn't have your standard traditional specs. Instead of mahogany, the body is actually made of a lightweight Carina. Even the carved top is also Carina, and I hope it's pronounced Carina and not Corna. As a result, it's not flimsy, but it's also not close to being an agile style backbreaker. The top carve is actually really deep as well. It's not a shallow carve like you see on a lot of imports when they try to save money that way. And then the neck. It is so good. 3-piece roasted maple neck with a roasted maple fingerboard. That is awesome. Especially in Georgia, our weather is all over the place right now. Roasted maple is great for the near daily climate changes we're going through right now. And I'm still not quite sure how I feel about the headstock shape. Right when I unboxed it, it looked kind of odd and elongated to me. And now that I've played around with it for a while, it still looks kind of elongated and weird to me. I'm also not super into the flattened Batman Arkham Asylum inlays, but minor gripes. Overall though, I think this guitar looks phenomenal. Roasted maple in general, that kind of golden color is awesome. Two-tone color scheme, chrome appointments, including a chrome pickup ring, which usually I'm not a fan of, but it works with the metallic top. So the more guitars I go through on the channel, the more I realize the neck is kind of the most important part that'll either make or break a guitar for me. Here, it's got like a modern C shape. Again, the matte finish feels very quick. Yeah, I mean, I really like it. The fingerboard too, whichever factory Howl is using in South Korea has done a great job. The binding's been rounded, none of the 22 nickel silver frets have sharp ends, they're level. It is such a nice guitar to play, it doesn't fight you at all. This is one of those guitars that works with you to create music. And if that sounds dumb, I know, but in this price range, that's not always the case. If you want a sense of how good it is, this is the exact model that was on Arnold's channel for an episode of Unbiased Gear Review. That dude is so particular about fretwork, and it even passed his very high standards. So, high-end materials, check. Craftsmanship, check. And Howl was never going to let the Sirena be let down by its components. Tone Pro's adjustable wraparound bridge. I don't like wraparounds as much as a separated tunematic and stop-tail combo. That being said, look at the fucking size of this thing. Really solid unit of a bridge. Tone Pro's Cluson Deluxe tuners as well. It kind of emphasizes the overall theme of this guitar, vintage vibe with modern reliability. I fuck with that hard. It's got a bone nut, which is kind of really cool to find on a sub $1,000 guitar. There is some debate whether or not nuts change the tone and by how much. In a metal context, who knows, but it does help the guitar stay in tune. So again, I fuck with that. The single pickup is Howl's own proprietary humbucker, and it sounds unique. And usually when people say that, it's like a euphemism for like different, but bad different. But no, I genuinely mean unique, or at least I haven't used anything like it. Here's what it sounds like straight into the Hughes & Kettner Triumph Mark III. I love using this amp. And as I said, this is a really interesting pickup. It's not like anything I've ever used before. It's like PAFE, low output, and usually that would mean smooth, but this is like more gritty. And I can't tell whether I like it better that way or not. It might be that I'm just not used to it, since I usually use super metal focus pickups, which this is probably not. Now, as good as the construction quality is and how good it feels to play, the one issue that I ran into was with the output jack. I like this design in theory, like the output jack just screws into the bowl plate, like it looks really classy. It's different, it's not your typical flat football plate. However, since there's no outer nut, the jack does have a tendency to get loose. I've had to remove the jack plate to screw it back in once, and I guess I didn't tighten it enough because it's already a little loose again. So stylistically cool, functionally, maybe not so much. So the Sirena 3 is a heck of an introduction as a launch product for Howl. And I really like how it's familiar, but it's not just copying what so many other brands are doing. Like a lot of other brands are just like, oh, we need a single cut in the lineup, mahogany body, mahogany neck, maybe a maple cap, slap a couple of humbuckers in there, and we're good to go. And that is not what this guitar is about. The metallic top, roasted maple neck, roasted maple fingerboard, Carina body and top, that combo is just awesome. It's out of the ordinary, but with a purpose. It's lightweight and it's stable. And also I'm loving the vibe of it. It's like a full carved top single cut with junior vibes. But a humbucker makes it a lot more customizable to your taste than if it had like a P90. A couple of visual things I'm not super huge into. The pickup isn't my favorite, and that output jack is annoying, but most importantly, it's just built really well and it's priced right.
If it's not fun, why bother?
What's clear is that they understand what makes single cuts great, like why people like me love them, and have put their own twist on it, made it unique without straying too far from the theme. Well done, and I can't wait to see what's next. So if you made it this far in the video, do me a favor and hit the like button. These are of course just my opinions. I'd love to know what you think. Let me know in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit the bell for all notifications. It's the best way to know when I upload a new video. Social media, merch, and Discord server links are in the description. As always, thanks so much for watching. You've been awesome, and I'll see you for the next video.